Good Monday, everybody. Hi, welcome to a iPad that had a publicity on. There you go. Gone. Sound is gone, but we're not. We're here. It's been a long time since I've been around. It's been at least 2 weeks since I've did one of these live stream. I'm so glad to be back. How is Warren Ewart saying that? We're big, we're back, we're black, we're back in black, anyhow. What's up, Edwin? Good to see you around. It's been a long time. Glad to have you back. Everybody else who's watching live and in playback, welcome back. Before we move on, please, before I forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to speak in the chat, or if you just want to have more news about what's going on here. And also, if you want to, you can now become a member, or if you want to support me a little more, you can become a super member to have like special one-on-one conversation time with me. I offer that to super member every month. With your subscription, you get 1 hour of free consultation all the time. And also now a new feature on YouTube is you can give membership to people, pretty much like they do on Twitch. This is something that appeared this morning. It's probably new for July. I don't know what happened with that, but if you guys feel generous and you want to give out some subs to people on the chat, I guess you can. Also, before I forget, happy 4th of July to my American friends. I just come back from the States. I'm really close from it, and I had to drop someone at the airport in Plattsburgh today. So I helped a friend and drop them out in Plattsburgh, which is pretty much an hour away from my place. So, America, my American friends, happy 4th of July. You guys deserve a sip of coffee for that. Nod Production, hey, what's up? How you doing? Fireball in the chat. It feels like Twitch. Fireball in the chat, everybody. Let's go. Let's crank that amount of chats per minute, because it actually matters. If you guys are on YouTube or want to start a YouTube channel, I just learned that the amount of message you get every minute in the chat matters. So if you guys want to support me, send a lot of message in the chat. It tells the YouTube algorithm that basically something happened there. So if it fits in your field of interest, it will just give it up to you. It will promote my video to you. So you guys know the YouTube drill. Give it a shot if you can. Otherwise, hey, I want to know how is your summer going? I want to know if you guys are doing a lot of show. I know a lot of you church guy are pretty much on the regular schedule, but everybody else who is in the show business, the summer is usually when we have a lot of event. So I would like to know what's the deal with that. We have in the chat Monsieur Patrick Gilles Maillot. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a shout if you want to look at some way to improve your wing with software, external software. Patrick has a really good website. The website is x32ram.com, x32ram.com. He's providing software for the X32 and software for the wing. He has also a great software that go along with Reaper. So if you are a Reaper user, please go check out his website. He's doing a lot of update. I'm getting those email, by the way, Patrick, too. I'm getting the software update for all the stuff that he's working on. So if you guys are interested in expand on your wing with external firmware, we're not talking external software, I mean, with a computer, look at his website. It's nothing to do with the inside of the console. It's external stuff that allow you control. There's a way that you can basically use the console as a multi-track editor. Patrick built really good software for that. Please give him a shot. Go take a look at his stuff. So we're going to start with a comment here from Edwin's. Well, finally going to take my wing out of hibernation. Congratulations. These consoles have been sitting for a while. So finally be able to get an S32 on your hand. So is there? I don't know about that. Please tell me. Is there stuff not available at the moment, patch box wise? Is there a rupture of stage box? I'm not aware of that. I think most people had their stage box, but if they're out of stock everywhere, please let me know. This is not something that I look for every day since I have my DL251. So please let me know. And but you had a couple gig cancel because Storm. There's some stuff going on. There's some weather change in France right now. So okay, well I didn't know. Here the weather is beautiful. By the way, if I look a little more tan than usual, it's because I just spent a week outside. I had the Quebec National Day on June 24, on the 24th, and actually the 23rd. I did 2 events with that. And after that, I left for vacation in the beautiful region of Percé in Quebec. And we spent 4 days outside, also at another gig around that area. And I came back home yesterday to after being out for a week in my motorhome. So really, really good to spend some vacation time, even if I had 4 gig last week. Spent some time with some of my musician friends over the region of Percé, which is beautiful. If you are in Canada, if you visit Canada and you have a couple days and you really want to see something that is a bit unusual, mountain, and you want to relax, it's not like the stuff that they have in Alberta, but if you are in the region of Quebec and you want to see a place beautiful, please visit the region of Percé. It's beautiful. The vibe there is great. They also have some of the best microbrewery in Quebec in that area. So if you guys are into that, it's a really good region to go see. Apparently the S16 box seems to be out of stock pretty much everywhere. So, okay, good to know. Thank you very much, Patrick. I didn't know that. And actually, stage box, this isn't something that you don't usually buy that often. I mean, it's like a console. Actually, even you can have one stage box for many console. Just catching up with the small the stuff in the chat. Okay, so okay, everything has been out of stock for a while. So I know there's shipping. I know there is some shipment coming in. Where one of the company that I work with, we deal a lot with AVL, which is the North American distributor, and we know we get some stuff from time to time. So I just walk in there and there's like, oh, there's a new X32. There is some stage box. So I know there is some kind of shipment happening from them. So I'm gonna guess stuff are just coming in batches. They just probably leaving China all at the same time, and the time that the boat arrive in pretty much anywhere in the world. The wing is now in stock at Sweetwater. Okay, so if you are in the state and you need to buy a wing, apparently at Sweetwater they have some console. Oh, I've been fighting a cold also for the last few days. Don't worry, it's just a cold, nothing to write home about. It's currently way too hot in France. Okay, didn't know that. And the 26 Celsius drop back to 40 Celsius. It's crazy. Well, this is regular temperature change for us here in Quebec. It happened especially this year at the end of the winter, around the month of May. Usually the weather is steady around 9 or 10 degrees. And in the same week, we had a snowstorm, then a plus 30 temperature it was a snowstorm one day. Temperature rise up to a plus 30 within the same week. So definitely something happening with the climate. I don't want to start the climate change debate, but the climate is changing. Whatever we have an impact on it or not, that's up to you to do your own research and figure that out on your own. I'm here to talk about console, not weather. But actually, no, I want to know the weather because the weather impact what we're doing. But this is as far as we can go on the weather in here. Yeah, the humidity coming. Yeah, this is this is a perfect recipe for a storm. Hot weather, humidity. Yeah. Okay, first question on the wing here from Nod Production. I want to know how to assign subgroup on the wing. I'm gonna guess you want to make a subgroup first, assign some channel into it, and send that into your main out. I did exactly that for a show 2 days ago. I had a couple of singers that were singing pretty much all together. The band is doing a lot of backup vocal, and the lead singer is doing singing all the time. And I want to just even out everything, so I built myself a vocal group, everybody in the same group, and I was adding a compressor on it. So the way I did it was I took some channel. We're just gonna take channel here that are totally random. There you go. My channel 19. Ooh, can you guys see this? Maybe I need to set the screen. Oh, it's currently full, so I hope you guys can read what's going on here. Anyhow, oh yeah, you should definitely see this. Okay, first step is to select a bus that you want to use for your subgroup. We're gonna change the bus. We're gonna change the bus that is by default used for a monitor mix. We're gonna change that to a subgroup. So for my example, I will take bus 1 here. I'm selecting bus 1 on the console. Second drop-down menu, we're gonna create here a subgroup, and I want to make sure that my bus 1, B1, is assigned to my main, and it's going there into that main at 0 dB. 0 dB mean no attenuation or no boost of signal anyhow. And the way that I'm gonna assign channel into my subgroup is coming here on another channel. We said channel 19. Come here in the bottom. Actually, there's 2 ways to do it. First one, go in the bottom here in your bus send, and you're gonna just press on. That way, when you lift the fader, it's gonna go into that bus. Everything post fader. That's the way to go. It's just gonna create a send, post fader, post everything in your signal chain. That's just gonna go bang into that bus, and we send that bus into your main out. Could be any main out also, by the way. It could be anything in there. I don't know why I have a reverb on this. I'm just gonna turn that off because I don't want to have reverb on my bus. And that's pretty much it. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to create a bus. Well, it's the same thing for this part. You change your bus into a subgroup, assign it to your main, but the way to assign a channel into your bus, you can do it using the send on fader stuff. So you select a bus, you click send on fader. Can you guys see the little red light on my console? I think you can. I'm gonna go here so you guys can see it. Right now, I don't have anything going into bus 1. If I want to just send out signal of these channel into bus 1, by default they are off, so they are on mute. If you select your bus, press send on fader, and just unmute that, you create yourself a direct bus send into that bus. We're gonna select our channel 19 and gonna go here. Hey, I got my bus 1. Sorry, I got my bus 1 here. And I can assign, I made that bus assigned just by clicking on the mute button from Send on Fader. So it's a quick way if you want to have a lot of channel into a bus. You come here, select your bus, select Send on Fader, and assign these, and just assign these channel into the bus with the mute. You go out of Send on Fader, you're back doing your mix, and all your channel going in there. I hope that answered your question, my friend. Okay, what else going on in the chat? We said that the wing is now in stock at Sweetwater. For anyone that hasn't bought one yet, of course, if you want to have one, it's time. From Jonathan Lang, hey, what's up? How's it going? It's been a long time. You got a question? Do you know a way that when you connect to console, if you mute main mixer, you can mute the second mixer? So you basically want to mute stuff. You want the remote mute control another wing. I don't think you can do it from a console. You can definitely do it over OSC, but I don't think you can, or maybe you can send a signal. We have actually Patrick in the chat. Maybe he can help us. Is there a way to send a OSC signal that will allow us to do that? Let's take a look before wasting his time. Let's take a look at the screen. We're gonna come here. I'm just gonna select another layer of assign. And is there a way to send OSC from these buttons? I don't think so. Over the GPIO, I don't know. That's a really trick question. The only way that maybe you could mute the signal is to have in the routing. I'm trying to figure out stuff as we go. In the routing, is it in the source that you can have a source mute? I'm just wondering if I'm doing this. Is that a source mute? I think it's a source mute. And sorry, I'm just gonna take that out of being a stereo. My local 1 and 2 have 48 volt. I'm just gonna take that out. So I don't know. Really tricky question. Okay, Patrick got the answer from that. Not that I know of, not from the screen, but using an external app, yes. For sure, like Wing Commander. Wing Commander is an app that Patrick has developed to basically send control, OSC control over... is it over network, Patrick, or is it over USB? Anyhow, you can... There with an external software, it's basically... The way that I understand thing is, sorry, I'm just gonna come back here. The way that I understand thing is pressing a knob or sending a OSC command for the console, for the software inside the console is pretty much the same thing. Because basically each knob has a OSC map, and when you select channel 24, it will send the information to just like select that knob. The console interface will react and the console software will react. So definitely the same thing, because I don't know if you get it, but it's the software doesn't know the difference if the signal is coming from a software or the interface. So yes, there's a way to do it over a network, which would be great because you can network your console all together and it will, do what you want to do. But okay, apparently not for now. Maybe a feature request, Patrick, that we can send OSC command over some custom control. That would be great. I don't know how easy is it to do, but maybe I can see some. I can definitely see some way to use that. having custom control to send more than MIDI, because I used to do that kind of stuff over MIDI. Oh, actually, maybe you can do some MIDI programming. Interesting. Is there a way that you can send some MIDI command to control the main out? Let's go take a look into here. Let's go channel 2. Is there a way to send MIDI, like a MIDI CC, MIDI toggle, or a MIDI note push, but that will be assigned to a main out, like to your main out mute? Interesting. Because it's basically the same thing. Well, OSC and MIDI are not the same thing. This is not what I'm saying, but you create an action on a button that triggers something into a software. So I don't know if it's possible to tell the console that main out 1 button can respond to a MIDI command. I don't think you can, but if you could do that, it will be the same result. But I know that the console can send MIDI, so if you could do MIDI over internet, that would kind of work. From Jonathan, I love broadcast mixing on the wing, especially with the 4 main out. How do you use it? Actually, how do you divide your mix? Are you doing the same mix? Are you doing one console that feeding the house and also doing the same main out, or is there another approach that you have, Jonathan, for using that? Because I'm always open to new way to figure a thing out. Let us know. Okay, let me get back on track here. Where am I? And yeah, it's definitely dark for you guys. Okay. Well, anybody else got a question before we move on to something else? Because I cannot speak for like this for hours. Any bug report this week? I've been away from Facebook for a while, so if you guys have any news with the wing, I had a busy morning, so I didn't have time to scroll the Facebook group and know what's the deal with that. But let me know, guys. We're here. We're all together into this stuff, so let me know what's going on. Okay, really interesting, Jonathan. You have left right sub and then one more for broadcast. Okay, I guess you can adjust basically what you want to send in any main out. So your main 1, main 2, let's say for your PA, and main 3 for your broadcast, and you can set a different mix in there. Really makes sense. A mute, okay, from Patrick. A mute on a wing can send if option MIDI. Wing 2 could be told to react to MIDI, but the transition options are really limited. Fixed mapping and wing command will remove that limitation. So okay, yeah, maybe it's a better option and is set up to use just wing command. And interesting. It's really crazy once you start to go into that deep of control. I don't think save distinguish between monitor A and B. Am I wrong? Help someone on Facebook today. Not sure of the answer. I don't think save. Okay, hold on. I just want to make sure what your question is here, Patrick, or what was the question on Facebook. We talk about mute save or the channel save here, and can you change between the solo? Well, it's actually the bus solo. Hold on, let me show you what I'm doing. I turn on the safe here, and we change about between the speaker and the headphone from solo A to solo B. Snapshot save. Okay. Interesting. I would not know. I would not know because it's a really tough question, seriously. Under the library screen tab. Yeah, no, I know, but is it gonna change is it in the parameter? Actually, you should be the one to tell me that. You're the one that I would ask. For this. Is the in the way that the file is recalled. Is the message for monitor A or B sent or just stay? The only way I found was I did the JSON file. Is the wing working with JSON file? Is a snap? Maybe I'm gonna ask a question that I should not answer on this stream. But is a snap file just another JSON file, text file that is using a .snap instead, but it's basically the same thing? Snapshot are basically 250 kilobyte JSON files. Okay, so you can basically take a snapshot or a .snap file, change the dot to JSON, opening it up in a text editor, and change the name back to .snap, and you could edit some stuff on the file itself by entering text, if I believe. Please don't destroy your snap file, because if you do an error in there, it won't load correctly in your console, because it's expecting probably precise space and stuff in that file. But if you know your way around JSON file, you can probably edit some of your file there. So if you want to have, for those of you who complained about online editor, maybe there's an offline text not user-friendly way to do it. I would seriously avoid this way to edit my snap file, but if somebody really want to do it, maybe if you know how to program stuff, maybe it's a way to do it. Yeah, okay. Exactly what I just said, Patrick. You can edit them into a text editor, but you better know what you're doing. Exactly. I regularly messed up, even when using JSON file knowable editor. So, yeah, please, guys. If you know what a JSON file is and you want to open it up just for fun, cool. But make sure to have a backup of your file, and chances are you will probably destroy your snap file instead of changing it successfully. But if you know your way around, well, that's another way to do it. The library section have been I've selected the library section should tell you what's file you're on. Really make a lot of sense. Actually, just 5 minutes ago, before I start the live stream, I wonder on which file I was, because this week I did with the wing. Let's see how many snap file that I have loaded. I did a show this week with 5 Roses with the beautiful Laurent Saint-Martin. I did a show with my friend Simon and a show with Véronique Labbé. So all these files, except actually these two, have been. Actually, I didn't save. Oh no, I didn't save that. Okay, but I've used all these files, and I wondered when I turned back on the console on which one I was. Locally, I just save it to Véronique Labbé because my overall show was the same thing. But yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea what was loaded on the console, and I think it should be. It should have more clearer way to do that. Because let's say for those of you guys that are doing theaters, you could just go next. But if you human error press the wrong one because you don't know where you're at in your list, that could create some problem. What's going on in the chat? Dale, there isn't really such a thing as current selected snap as soon as you move a fader. Hold on. Can you... Let me try something. Does it say it if I don't touch anything? I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna save Wing Livestream. I'm just gonna save that. It's always a good thing to save. So I'm just gonna save my file. There we go. Okay, so it says it's selected, but if I touch a fader, nothing happened. But if I change, okay, it's telling me that I have this selected. This should just be there all the time. Like it should be the last selected file that is highlighted at first. Because if I move around, go home, I'm pressing a lot of knobs. If I'm coming back here, it should tell me that I have this on. Should. When you playing with the hubs, what are we talking about? The new hub from the Stage Connect device and stuff like that. I have a little bit of sad news going into this. Is my email don't get any more reply from my email just don't get any more reply. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Conversation was lost. If anybody in the chat can help me out on this, sure. Otherwise, no, I think the overall thing is dead for now. That's out of my hand. That's totally out of my hand, so I cannot. I will not comment more on this subject, and all I'm going to say is I still believe in my console. I still believe it's a good product, and we will just keep doing what we're doing here, even if nothing else happened. Agreed with Dale. Typically consider a file to be only as valid as the time you load. Yeah, and otherwise, pretty much. Because, well, I would like to have this as like the last selected scene. This is all I'm requesting. There should be a way to tell you that what the last scene you recalled should be. Sorry, I'm fighting a cold here. Okay. Any idea of sound grid card? Sound grid card? No, I have no idea. I didn't hear anything about that, to be honest. Nothing that I know of is coming up with the Wave sound grid. Maybe it's in the work and it's just still too secret that I would know. But no, never. So far, I didn't hear anything about the sound grid card. But honestly, I had the conversation 2 days ago with the local guys. There's not much that is missing in the wing that I would use, like for the wave stuff. I'm not that much of a wave user. They make really good plugin. I used to have when I was younger, I had the full bundle from Waves, if you guys know what I mean. And there's only a few plugin in there that I was using from time to time. But for live sound, I'd rather have as less latency as possible and not I prefer to miss out on some plugin and don't have any kind of latency. And so far, the console itself is doing a great job at not introducing too much latency, because it's a computer. It has latency. It has processing. What do you mean, Edwin, for autotune? You have autotune in the console. It's right there. Just grab one. There you go. Pitch fix. Just for fun. I could use this all day, you know? Just for the fun of it. You could be T-Pain style. Yeah. I always found that funny. I don't know why. Sounding like a robot is funny to me. Oh, by the way, this is as hard as it will go, but it's seriously working. When you want to do that T-Pain effect, you can do that. How does the auto-tune actually working on the wing? Okay. I'm gonna take out some note out of my auto-tune. Right now, I'm just gonna turn it off. I have a video about this, by the way, but I'm gonna do a quick overview. It's just in real time processing the pitch of the note that you send into it. It's always chromatic. It's always chromatic. But you can take out some note of the pitch correction. Right now, I have half of my scale that is out, so the bottom one is out. So if I go, that's not pitch corrected. And if I go up and higher, it's off. So I'm just gonna go out and that's not pitch corrected. But if I go out and higher, now I'm pitch corrected, and that's just gonna change the sound of my voice. But if I go lower, a little bit lower, and a little bit lower, if I go in the first scale, or I just take them all out, the autotune plugin is on, but it's not correcting. It's just ignoring all the note. But you can have that on for a singer that have a problem to reach one note, let's say a D here, and the guy just go like, hey, I'm gonna find a D because I don't have pitch. Hey, if the guy doesn't have a problem to have pitch on a D, you can just have your singer doing his thing and go to the D. It's gonna be full on that note. We'll only listen to that note, and as soon as I'm within 49 cents of pitch on each side, it will just bring it to that note. But it doesn't have scale. Some people complain about that. I think live it make more sense to not to have scale, it just being full on chromatic. And the bad news is, if your singer's not good enough, just don't use it. This is really good on really talented singer, and I've tried it. When you have a really good talented singer that want to have that produce effect of like be right on pitch, Pitch Fix will do it. If you don't have that, and you have a singer that is really bad, and you just want to put him in scale. That's not working. Everybody say hi to my friend Panda Lonely, my moderator, also known as DJ Shally, who's doing some stuff here and there. And I want to know, my friend, where are you today? I know you're currently in the States doing some stuff, but I just don't know where you are. I saw the picture on Instagram, but no clue in the middle of how far you are in the middle of nowhere. Okay. From not production, is it also good to assign autotune to the channel, or is it best to create a bus and you assign it there? Autotune, I believe, is made for channels, in the sense of you don't want more than one thing going into it to pitch correct. You want a single microphone to be pitch corrected, and then you send it into a bus or whatever for other processing or extra processing. But you want to correct one source with that plugin. If you put it on multiple source, not gonna work well. About having scales and key like on the autotune, definitely I would like to have some MIDI stuff going in there that you could feed to the pitch correction in real time. Let's say that you have a vocal melody that you wrote in your MIDI playback. You send that MIDI track out to the console. The console plugin could respond to fixing the pitch of that track. Whatever input is just gonna put it right into pitch, but I think it will require too much processing for it to be pretty much real time like the console is right now, because pitch fix right now is pretty much real time. There's no latency. I don't hear that much of a latency, so we'll see. We'll see if it ever happened one day. People are requesting it, but I believe this method is working fine when you have good singers, so it's a matter of compromise and setting. Speaking of, Dale said he has a good time, especially notice when the bivocal are singing in harmony. Yes, I do. And the speed that you like is 40 and the amount is 85. Probably a setting that I would need to try. But the speed definitely is making it or breaking it live, as far as I understand. You're in Birmingham, Alabama. Oh man, you're far from home. Actually, my girlfriend is flying over you, brother. She's going at the condo in Florida. So, if you got nothing to do tonight and you want to fly to Fort Lauderdale, it's up to you. Yuri, what's up? I'm good. How are you today, my friend? Jonathan, you're in Birmingham, UK. I would prefer Birmingham, UK. No offense to people from Birmingham, Alabama, but I've been there, and I think Birmingham, UK has more to offer for tourists over Birmingham, Alabama. How do you yourself learn about firmware update and stuff like that? I'm getting access. I think I could say it. I'm getting access to firmware before they get released, when they are stuff that can be tested by user. I get early access to those firmware, and this is how usually I know about them, or I hear about thing here and there. But as an end user, if I ever lose access to these, I will keep on doing these video, and I will just look at the release note and ask question, because the release note are sometimes hard to understand without being in context of what's going on. Even myself, reading only the release notes, sometimes I just don't get, like, you know, update on this and this. You go like, okay, but what is it doing? I don't know. I need to ask question. The way that I would tell you to learn about these is to watch my video about software update, and I ask stuff in there. And some people get, you know, part of the equation, and altogether we just put that together and make it. We realize this together, and I will try now to do a more complex video about firmware update, meaning that I will have a video for the full firmware update and the feature that I believe will be interesting for people to watch. I will just do a quick video about that. We'll see. Wanted to buy a membership on your channel. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. But there's an issue with YouTube. Any idea how to solve this? If it's YouTube, you would need to ask them. I'm sorry, I don't know. Otherwise, if it's for a lesson, you can just send me an email and we can work more stuff through PayPal if this is an option that you want to have. If you want it to be a super member and it's not working on your hand, we'll see what's up with that. Guillaume, batte-moi donc ça. Want to... Jonathan, I wanted to buy membership, but I cannot do. Oh, you cannot do it on the phone. Oh, I thought you could do this from a laptop. So, sorry. I thought you could do this on the phone too. So I'm sorry, you'll have to use a laptop. I don't know what the deal is with this. Okay, interesting one here from Not Production. I realize when you assign your main to a matrix, the sound level drop. Oh, really? When you send out 0 into... It should not. When you send out your signal from a... Right now, I'm not in the matrix send, but if you go in the matrix send here and you set your matrix to send at 0 dB, and you assign your matrix in your physical output like this, let's say I'm sending out my main out to 4. When you send out this to your matrix, it should send at the same level that is your main out. It should be exactly the same level if you don't have anything on your matrices. We will take a look physically on the console. Here I have my in front of me on my center section, I have my main out in my 4 matrices. I press the main and matrices button. If there is no plugin on the matrix itself, it's exactly like I'm gonna switch here between main 1 and main matrix 1. If it's pre-fader, it should be the same exact thing. Okay. Well, I have a warning that my camera is about to die. My main one is because I used it for a couple days while I was traveling, and the battery is not charged up. So I'm sorry. I will cut down the live on this note. Make sure to come back next week to have a little more information about the wing. If you want to have some question answered, make sure to be on the lookout for the next stream next Monday. Sorry, I'm gonna turn it out quick here. Thank you very much, guys, for showing up. I really appreciate the fact that you take time of your day. Until the next one, I want you guys to please take care of yourself, stay safe, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.